Dear God, I thank you for this day. I thank you for allowing Shane and I to come to this podcast and just glorify you through our speech. Again, bless our audience, bless us, just so that we can just really make an impact. I pray that your Holy Spirit just moves through us and that he gives us good speech. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right. Episode 4.
Huh. Can't believe it's been 4.
Let's get it.
Alrighty. I don't know anymore. I don't have the headphones in.
I need to put on my hat again. Hold on.
Okay.
Shane.
Very clean hat.
Very clean
Clean hat transition.
It's a task hat.
Yeah.
It's got a panda on it if you're watching the video podcast because we only have a video podcast.
But
Shane,
it'll
be audio.
also on Spotify at a point in time.
It's so hard to get it on
I
Spotify
know.
right now.
I've had a lot of requests though.
You have to request for Spotify to let you put it on Spotify, and it takes a while. I haven't looked into it that much, I'll be honest. But I've just heard it takes a while.
I think
I just don't really want to go through that process right now. So I'm sorry if you're forced to watch the YouTube, but I think it's really good to, see our facial expressions.
You can also just play it, then put it to the side.
Yeah, you can actually slide down your
screen.
Yeah, your screen so that you don't have to look at us if you don't want
Yeah,
to.
it's actually still there. It's just
Really?
small,
Oh, it's a
though.
tiny screen.
It's just really small.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shane, I got this.
What was that?
It's a Frisbee.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about what this means to you as of late?
Yeah, sure. So, we have actually been in an ultimate Frisbee season.
Whoa.
Max. Yes, you and I, for the past...
3 weeks?
Has it been?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
It's been 3
For
sessions.
the past 3 weeks, every Saturday, we have an ultimate Frisbee session where the 4 houses of our school are divided into teams, and you go against each other and you play some ultimate Frisbee. And it is very, very enjoyable.
So much more fun than I thought it'd be.
I enjoy my time with ultimate Frisbee very much.
Yeah,
I look forward to it.
Oh my gosh. It's good.
It is fun. It's a good workout too. Really energizing.
Energizing. It's exhausting.
Sorry, exhausting. Excuse me.
No, like whenever
Really
Mr. Anderson said during morning assembly, if you're on the fence, just sign up. And I was just like, I don't want to. I just signed up.
Good. If you didn't sign up, I don't think Sam would have signed up, and it would have just been me. And then I don't think
It would have been fine still.
I would have still enjoyed it.
Honestly, I was so incompetent as an ultimate Frisbee player.
I mean, going into it for me, I had experience with ultimate Frisbee recently, actually over the summer. I was at a 2-week camp where 1 week you did camp on your own, the second week you were like training to be a counselor. So you stayed over the weekend, right? And there were counselors left over, so it's like a tradition at the camp to where you do the counselors play against the students in ultimate Frisbee, right? We lost terribly. Actually, we won because they said last score wins as like a way of being like
fair.
Yeah, fair. And we got the last score. So technically we won, but technically we didn't win. So that was like where I first started ultimate Frisbee because it was like a 3.5 hour game. So I started off bad. Yeah, it was very. Imagine on the Saturdays how tired we are.
Oh
Imagine that, but like times 10 because we didn't have subs. It was just us. We were already outnumbered.
We don't have subs. Never.
Some teams have subs.
Yeah.
So not Carver and Kepler, not our house, but I think the other 2 houses have subs. So it was very tiring, but that's where I started ultimate Frisbee. So that's why I wanted to do this.
And then you were just like, of course I'm gonna flex my newly found ultimate skills.
Yeah. And I think I did indeed flex a little bit of skills these past. Last week, not so much. I don't know what was up with me last week.
For the second time, like I saw you like diving and catching some crazy throw.
Yeah, I was doing pretty good. You're pretty good as well, Max.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, I couldn't catch a Frisbee. I don't know if you noticed, but that one time we practiced before the day we had ultimate.
Yeah.
I wasn't catching Frisbees and I couldn't throw it.
Yeah.
It was not cool. And like at Communitas, I was bombing as well. And then I practiced a little bit, and now I can at least catch it and throw it. But I have a lot of fun doing it, and it's just like...
It is very fun. Even if you're bad at it, it's quite enjoyable.
And it's different from football in the sense that, like, if you throw a football, it's not going to, like, slow down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a fast motion.
Yeah, like a Frisbee could just start, like, flying in the air for, like, 3 seconds, and you, like... It's like jackpot
Yeah, in a
with
way.
football.
Hmm.
Man, no, it's been really really fun.
Yeah. We have championship matches coming up
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. What's your
Yeah.
mindset going into that?
My mindset going into the championship game. I think Carver has been losing a lot,
Yes.
and
How many matches have you won?
um, it looks like an O.
It's actually zero. Zero wins.
No, and so
It's okay though. You've been close a couple times.
yeah, we've had the blessing of the lesson of endurance and
Yeah.
perseverance. We're learning so much with the challenges.
You'll be back next year and you'll get some wins. This is just a practice for you. This is a practice.
Yeah. We'll have big kids next year.
Yeah.
No, we're learning perseverance. It's been pretty challenging. Mindset is pretty similar. Hopefully, Micah comes.
Micah is good. Micah's very good.
What's your mindset going into this Ultimate Frisbee tournament?
Okay, so it's delayed now.
Yeah.
So we may have more kids coming. Originally, Josh and Jake and the husbands, which are very good players on our team, would not have showed up. But it would have been the Willinghams and I think we still could have probably beat y'all with just that. No offense. I still think we probably could beat y'all, but against Pascal and Maxwell, the two big good teams, I think if we have everyone, all our good players, I think we could win it. I really do think we could win it all. If we because we've got our flow now. We've went against.
Do have flow.
We went against Pascal, and we got our flow, and we lost by 1, but we got our flow later in the game. We know how they play. We're anticipating it. Maxwell lost by 1, 2-1 game, by the way. So our defense was pretty top notch there. We got our flow. If we have our flow from the start, I think we can win it all.
Yeah, flow is so important.
Flow is very important on a podcast, on sports, on anything.
Oh, it's so interesting. Dr. Scholl was telling me how the way you do well in Ultimate Frisbee is you don't stop once you catch it. You run while you're throwing it, so that's what keeps the flow.
Really?
That's what we keep messing up with.
Are you allowed to run?
Well, no, you're in motion of running.
Yeah, I get
you know what I mean? So you just take the step.
Yeah.
Every time I get the Frisbee, I'm just sitting. And then I'm trying to do this cool thing.
You're easy to read.
Yeah, and then
that's what I try to tell you. You gotta fake it.
Yeah.
You're you don't fake it. You'll move your hand back.
Yeah, I'll move around.
About to throw, and then you'll move it, and then you just hit it out of your hand. At least that's what I did the first game. I could tell every time you were throwing it.
Well, whenever I was doing that, I didn't really know what people were doing whenever they did that. I thought they were just trying to make it.
No, that was
confusing.
That's to trick the person. Yeah, that's what I do anyway.
But it doesn't work for me. It's just not convincing.
Yeah, yours just isn't convincing enough. Me, I think I don't really do the trick thing anymore. I kind of just throw it. I have a fast throw.
Okay.
It's not very accurate, but if someone catches it, then it'll be good.
Shoot. But like you were talking about, we don't have Ultimate Frisbee for the next 2 weeks because we have Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
What are you doing this break?
Let's see.
What does this break mean to you? What does this mean to your mental, your physical,
my
spiritual?
I plan for physicality. I might do the turkey trot, the 10K. I haven't signed up yet, even though it's this Thursday. I'm probably late to that. If signups are still available, I'll probably do that. Do a 10K, run some 6 miles on Thursday morning. I'll be doing some Legends, some boxing with Braxton. Should be good.
Braxton's doing boxing again?
He never... Yeah, he's still doing it.
Okay.
So that'll be for physicality. For mentality,
resting, relaxing.
Resting probably. I don't know. A lot of chilling, a lot of laying on the couch, doing nothing for most of the day. Which, if that's your thing, that's my thing. At least for breaks, then that's what I'm gonna do. I would have liked to hang out with the guys, but it's really only you, Braxton, and I in town. I think.
Really?
Sam's in town now, but I think he's gonna go do something.
Sam's coming back in town Friday.
Okay, yeah. And the Jacob, I think, is gone for most of it. So it'll be a lot of alone time. During the break, I've got to keep a high mentality though. Got to make sure to just focus on the important things, and not some other things. A lot of gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, gaming is my form of relaxing. That's my thing. When I game, my mind's off. Same thing with movies. When I watch a movie, when I game, like I was talking about last week, my mind is just off school. I'm not stressed anymore. I'm just focused. I'm enjoying myself. And I think that's the point of a break. Just enjoy yourself. Don't worry about anything. But I still find myself, I don't know if this happens to you, I still find myself like laying down at night thinking like, oh, we have midterms in the next like 3 weeks. And
Why am I relaxing?
I get so stressed thinking about that. I mean, like, do you have those thoughts as well? Just thinking like,
I can't think about midterms yet because I'm not done with my schoolwork yet. I still have the paper. And I'm like, how am I thinking about midterms if I haven't done the paper yet?
School's just haunting me, man. It's crazy.
That's a good word, haunting.
Yeah.
It's just like in the background of everything.
It's like creeping in on you, and I freaking hate it. At public school, that never happened either. Because again,
Really?
I didn't have to try. Midterms were so easy. Here, it's like, dude, if I don't study, I'm failing. Like I'm done. And it's so stressful. But like, you feel good about it. At least recently, I've had like you were talking to me about the 100 mentality.
Hey.
You have to have the mentality like I'm gonna get 100 on this. I've been doing so well. All my quizzes and tests, all A's.
Do you want to? I guess I'll expand on the 100 mentality, and you can add a little bit. But
Yeah.
it's just like, you take the test, you study like you're gonna get 100. Like, so say you study just to get an A, right? And then like you like study a little bit, but like say there's some things you know, but you don't know perfectly.
And you think that's okay.
Yeah, then you're like, this is okay. But if you want to get 100, you have to nail everything. Everything.
Every single thing.
And then whenever you're taking the test or quiz, maybe you don't want to double check it and you have like 1 minute or 2 minutes and you want to look cool and turn it in early. No, you spend the whole time. Keep it longer.
Yeah.
No. Let me finish. Hold on.
No. You wait. You wait
Yeah,
the whole
exactly.
time. And one thing to add upon that, while you're taking the test or the day leading up to the test, don't be worried about it. You got, at least for me, in my head, I'm like, I got this. I already know how I'm gonna do. At least that, like, I help some of the other guys study the morning of, and while I'm doing that, it boosts my confidence
And it helps.
tremendously.
It
'Cause
also
I know
helps
I'm getting it right because I'm saying it,
Ooh.
so I know it. So that it helps so much.
But I also think it helps me to study. Like whenever I'm helping somebody else learn things,
Yeah.
I'm studying at the same time.
Exactly.
They say
You're
like you
you're
actually
testing
know the
yourself.
information if you can teach it.
Yeah.
And so like if somebody asked me, "Oh, can you help me with this studying stuff? I don't know how this works." I'm like, "Oh, that's an awesome opportunity for me to review."
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm working on the paper and I'm just like almost trying to wean myself off of school, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like part of me is like I want to get it all done, but then like I don't really have anything going on this weekend. So I was just like I kind of have to wean off of school because I'm so hooked on it already. Not hooked. I'm just like so used to that
what's on your
rhythm.
mind. Yeah.
Right? And then like I have to slow it down. And
Yeah.
then I have to pick it right back up for midterms.
Yeah.
Which is like ridiculous.
I think the week we get back from school, though, that's not the week to start picking it up. I think that's still some
I
more
study
work.
that week, which
Yeah,
is like
I
painful.
think that's when I get all the studying material. Cause
Yeah.
I like planning in advance. That's
Yeah,
when
me
I, like,
too.
Get it all, and then maybe I'll study 1 or 2 things. But it's like the second week, like. Wait.
Yeah, so we have one
No,
week.
we only have 2 weeks until midterm. Okay,
Exactly.
never mind. I gotta study that first week then. For some reason, I was thinking like, yeah, the
then-
first week. I got 2 weeks after that first week. No, okay.
No, it's-
then yes. I need to start studying right when we get back. Oh no, no. Okay. Dang. Okay, so that's what. So what do you plan on doing for your break though for relaxing?
What do I plan on-
once you've weaved out of
Okay,
school?
so in terms of relaxing, I
Yeah.
think that's important. Whenever I relax for too long, we were talking about this earlier. Like, say there's like more than 24 hours where I'm just bumming,
Take a sip of
like
water.
watching movies, or just like on my phone scrolling, doing random things. If I'm just like not doing anything productive for too long, then I just start feeling gross.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to be doing something. Like I talked about how there's always like maybe 2-3 days in the summer where like you're not really doing that much. And like you just kind of choose to be a bum. I hate that. Like I get so mad at myself
I hate
afterwards.
it the day after.
Yeah,
Like,
I hate it
while
too.
I'm doing it, I'm like, this is amazing. Like while I'm being a bum
Really?
that day, I'm feeling good.
It depends.
Next morning though, I'll look back and I'll be like, that was a waste of time. We figured it all out.
Yeah, I just like I'm trying to wean myself off of the school, if that makes sense. Just like get into like a relaxing rhythm. But at the same time, I don't really want to get into a relaxing rhythm. Like I was talking to a friend earlier this week, and like he was saying how the way he looks at breaks is just like it's a time when you get to work on your extracurriculars without the stress of school.
No, because that's still stressful to me. Because
No, but I like.
else, I think of school.
No, I like the extracurriculars.
I don't know. I gotta work on driver's ed a bit more.
Oh, bro, I have trauma from
I've been driving
from the online.
I've been driving a little bit with my mom.
Yeah.
And like there are so many times where I almost do something that could end really bad, and it like scares me. Like I'm at the point where I'm scared of driving.
No.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I mean,
don't be like an old lady.
I just need to practice more, get more used to it. Honestly, I think I should get a motorcycle. I think that would be so much. It'd be so much more dangerous, in the sense that if I get in an accident, I'm like dead. But like, I feel like it'd be so much easier to control than I might.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's like a normal thing, like one of those arcade motorcycles. It's like the same thing.
I know what you're saying. You sound kind of crazy, but it's like riding a bike.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike, but fast, and you could die. But it's fine.
Motorcycles are cool.
Yeah.
Like
there's no way I'm not actually gonna get one.
Really?
I mean, not.
I like those cool like electric bikes. It's like semi motorcycles.
Yeah, maybe when I'm older, I'll definitely get one. But no, not while I'm living under my parents' roof. No way they're gonna let me do that. Anyway,
yeah.
So also, during the break, you and I have been doing a little bit of devotion.
Shoot.
Some devotion on the Bible app, which is something you talked about last week. Not last week.
last
podcast.
Week.
Yeah. And then we were running, actually, like last week.
I'll tell the story. Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so this is what happened. I've been doing the devotionals with one of my friends since about June.
Okay.
2021, and it had a huge impact on me. Mainly like just because of the accountability it created. Like you can see whenever the other person like does comments and it says if they completed all the devotional, and it's just like really good because like whenever you don't want to do it, you're like, oh, they already did it today, I gotta do it also. And it really goes back to the idea of like iron sharpens iron, and I've seen that. I don't know, I really believe in that. And so one of my friends, he said that like last week, he said that he ran into a friend and he felt like he should send him the devotional and be like, hey, let's do this also. So he was running 3 devotionals because we do 2 together.
Yeah.
But then he told me that, and I was like, how about we just do one with each other and then do another one with another person? Let me figure out a person to reach out to.
Yeah.
And then I was running with Shane, and then we were like talking about scriptures for the podcast and things that should be the inspiration. And then I said, do you have a favorite verse? And he said, no. And then you said like, I want one though. And I was like, and then that would be nice. You don't need a favorite verse, but like,
I have a lot that stand out to me, but none that like stand out above the rest.
And so like, I was just like, oh, cool. Do you want to do the devotional with me? And he was like, yeah, I think that'd be really helpful.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just like I've had a lot of trouble trying to figure out which devotional to send you. Like I was like, do I do like a really basic one, or where do I start? Do I make it really complex, or like somewhere in the middle? And then you talk about how you wanted it to be about growth. So I was like, what? And I looked,
there are multiple they're called plans in it. There are multiple plans for like each topic. So you have to pick which one.
Yeah, and I was like, you said growth, but then I looked through all the growth ones and they all look kind of bad.
Yeah.
So then like I was talking to my mom and she was like, oh, how about direction? And I was just like, oh, okay, we'll do direction.
I think it's going well.
I like it. There's some things I slightly disagree with, but I think it overall has a really good message. Like if you look at the scriptures they add, it's really cool.
Yeah. I like the 4. There are like 4 steps per day. I like the 4th step where like you write the comment, like you were saying about like what you take out of it.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting seeing how like our answers
differ,
but they're still both true in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been very impressed with your answer. I love seeing other people's comments.
Yeah. I get like the notification every time you know. Yeah.
It like allows me to, if there was no talkover, like some of the plans actually don't have a talkover section.
Yeah, actually go ahead.
Yeah, if you don't have the talkover section, then you read a bunch of it and then you're like, what do I do with all that information? But like the talkover kind of gives you a follow through, or like what do you take from this? And I think like it's the same thing with like journaling. Once you like write something down, it kind of comes into fruition better.
Yeah, like I'm doing a personal plan, and that one doesn't have a talkover.
Yeah.
So like, it's a plan that I think is really helping me with something going on right now with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like, I don't want to like scare like people. It's
Yeah.
like nothing bad. I'm not like depressed or anything. It's
Yeah.
more like growth.
Yeah.
It's still a form of growth in a way.
Yeah.
It's just something I've been wanting to do for so long, and the plan is working very well.
Yeah.
It doesn't need that comment thing to work. I still in my
Yeah.
head can know like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm getting out of it. So yeah, I think the app is really.
But you
really
like
doing
that
good.
plan more than the other one, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
not,
it's 'cause
not
it's
because only because it's like
more geared to you.
yeah.
Yeah,
This one
I
I
agree.
enjoy both though.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like the ones that I pick are the ones that I like a lot more.
Just turn that off.
Yeah, I think
Okay, we're back.
the plans that I get to choose, because like I would alternate picking the plans with my friend, and yeah, whenever I got to choose it, I was no, I can't even say that. Some of the plans that he picked were plans that I would never choose, but I was so blessed through them.
That you did it. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have never chosen them, and it's just like I guess I was scared to, or like wasn't admittant of the fact that I had problems with certain things.
Yeah.
One I think back to was like jealousy or something, and I didn't think I was a very jealous person.
Yeah. But then once you did it,
yeah, I started
you realized
reading.
something.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa,
yeah.
that's bad. And then I kind of got over that, and that was very, very helpful. So I think all the plans are worth doing, honestly.
Yeah, and there's so many too.
There's so
many
many.
options.
Um,
I'd recommend like anyone just do the Bible. You don't even have to do the verse of the day.
Exactly.
I-
I like the verses, but
Yeah, I haven't. I do that sometimes. It's not that I don't want to do it. I mostly do the plans. There are so many topics on it, like such a wide variety that you can pick, and I think it really will help. with
yeah.
whatever you need.
And you talked about how you love the relatability and the different stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have the misconception that they're the only one that are going through something.
Absolutely not. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, they have the misconception. Absolutely not. You're
That's not
the only
true.
one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And so if you want to see what the Bible says about the problem, I think it's a great place to start. And even for like not problems, say you're like doing really well, make yourself do even better.
Yeah, and I think there will be a plan for you on the app that will help you.
Exactly.
I think that's important.
So I guess another call to action: go download the Bible app. Shane wasn't doing it last week, but now he is, and he is a supporter of it.
It's free.
They just hit 500 million downloads. This sounds like such an ad, but I do advise it.
It really does. It really does help. And it not like you don't even really have to be a Christian to download it. Like not all the plans are super Christ centric, even though there are like verses that you have to do. Just go through the devotion part of the plan, and I think that'll even help you with some issues.
Yeah, but then they'll always tie it back, and
Yeah.
that's the puncher.
Mm-hmm.
And then also be discerning with them, because not all of them may be accurate exactly with the Bible, but just kind of like
Test it out.
test it out.
Yeah.
And if you're like, that doesn't seem right,
Pick another
look at
one.
the scripture, and you're like, oh, that kind of contradicts. Pick another one.
Yeah.
There's good ones.
Yeah.
But nothing is perfect, except for God. So I guess it's like you have to be very discerning and pray about it. And yeah, I would say like I do like just reading the Bible in general also. Like, well, okay, no. I like will read the verse that comes from the devotional, but then I'll like click read the full chapter, and then
Oh,
I'll
I
read
get
the
what
full
you-
chapter.
yeah.
So then that's how I started just reading it in general, and like I
Yeah.
found like books that I liked.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would recommend that if you're willing to spend extra time. It just kind of like goes by really quickly, and I would say
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes max.
and I would say you never regret that time.
Yeah,
Like
it's
maybe
time
like
well spent.
yeah,
And,
like 20
yeah.
minutes later, I'm like, oh no, I just spent like an hour on that, or like 30 minutes on that. That hour is going to
never-
be more important than the rest of the day.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
it's going to be the crux,
stick
the
with you.
thing that you keep going back throughout the rest of the day.
Absolutely,
I think of like the seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you. And so like if you seek that first in the day, I mean, it's just going to help your day tremendously.
Absolutely.
And so I guess to wrap things up, We are going to be posting podcasts every other week instead of every week, just because we found it to be
we feel like
more
it'll
doable.
help the quality.
Help the
also.
quality. We don't want to burn out as well.
Stress.
Yeah. Just like increase the quality, higher preparation, and it's just like just more doable because we want to be doing this for a long time. We may start doing seasons or some sort of other format of uploading, but that's where we're right now, just like every other week, indefinitely almost. But and then next week we are hopefully going to be having Jacob on the podcast.
That was supposed to be this week, but
it got postponed.
Break,
yeah.
Jacob will still be the guest.
Yeah, so we're going to be filming at our new set, hopefully. Let us know what y'all think about it. My dad keeps texting me, so peace.